And we shall find out. We have the blue Ingmar player Mustafa versus the red Isengard player Eternal. Evil versus evil. Witch King versus Saruman. Here we have Voldor, here we have Wormtongue. Alright, so we have Rogash against Lurtz. 2 males into the Hall of the Kingsmen. I mean, as Ingmar, you don't have too many opening options, unlike Mordor, for example. I'm telling you guys, Mordor eventually has to be the most fun to play faction in this game, because now with the Tavern change, you have so many opening possibilities. You can go for a Tavern opening, Orc Pit opening, Troll Cage delete, you can go Haradrim Palace. You have limitless amount of options. Isengard opening with a Creebane, which also have like a huge rework in this beta. So basically it's immune to damage now, it can't be killed. But the debuff and buff system got changed, and also now it's a bit weaker in compared to 8.5, but so are the buffs, so it's not the end of the world, because the buffs are also gotten weakened, just like the debuff. Nice, thanks for tuning in, my friend, appreciate it. So, we have the Trollmaster opening, and we have the Clan Steering opening for the Wildman of Dunland. Very cost efficient units, they cost 150 each, $150, so should be affordable, and also the recruit time is quite fast, so they come pretty fast on the field. But again, I don't know if it's gonna be good against Ingmar, because Ingmar is one of the one faction which has the chance to go for an instant transition into the Wolf Riders. So all you gotta do is build your Troll and Wolf Den, and you can literally recruit every single unit you would ever need in the entire game. The builder should be in a good spot, and we have the Gundabad Orcs. I don't even know who's gonna win the one-on-one situation, but I know that you can make them stronger with the torches. Let's see. Aren't Ave in the same group as Mustafa? Yeah, we are waiting for Ave, I don't know where he is. We wanted actually to have the game between Eternal and Tell Me Why, but Tell Me Why doesn't tell me why. His game is not working. Extrovers, smart move from Eternal. Wait, from Mustafa, be patient. Wait for the Extrovers before you can fight. A lot of damage dealt to the Extrovers, and they are forced to run for their lives. In Wolf Den coming up is the second production building, like expected. So far, no economical damage dealt to any player. And Extrovers, they need to disengage. So, yeah, I think that's gonna be a problem for Eternal, because he has no pikemen. And again, Mustafa very soon will be able to turn those Trollmaster units into the Wolf Riders, and that's not gonna be fun for Eternal, trust me that one. He will be struggling. Because the Wildmen, they are not tanky. They can get trampled and wiped out. Quite easy. Okay, Extrovers, Wildman of Dunland spam. Again, unit that you can spam, and also Isengard got actually a lot of buffs in this beta. For example, the Crossbowmen, the Pikemen, the Uruks, they are now way better. Uruks are cheaper, Pikemen are cheaper, which is a very significant buff to the Isengard early game. Very strong buff. Is the music too loud, boys? It's a little bit too loud in my ears, but hopefully it's not too loud for you. The music of the game. Spam Wildman all day long, baby. Beautiful trample. Also very important to switch to all ground stance just in time so you don't get wiped out. And when he keeps spamming those units, I think what you can do is you can go for the snow trolls. You can barely hear it. You can barely hear the music. When you say, tell me why I can't stop thinking about the Backstreet Boys. You just admitted that you are a low boy. Did you you was a fan from the Backstreet Boys? Now the next thing you will tell me is that you are a fan of Justin Bieber. Ingmar is dominating the fight, of course, 450 command points against 450, but the Wildman of Dunland, they can't do anything about the Wolf Riders until you combine them with the Pikemen. And this is like a strong combination, right? You have like 2 Wildmen plus 1 Pikeman, 2 Wildmen and then 1 Pikeman to back them up, which can be a strong push. The mill is going to be defended. Oh, the positioning is kind of nutty though, because look at the rocks on the ground. He was kind of clumped in this area, which makes it hard for you to defend. And again, the Wildmen, they are able to steal money from you. A lot of money can be stolen if you don't demolish your buildings in time. Wrong colors? No, it's not wrong colors, man. Mustafa is blue and Eternal is red. Why are those wrong colors?
You are my fire, the one desire. Believe when I say I want it that way, but we are 2 worlds apart. Can't reach to your heart when you say that I want it that way. Tell me why ain't nothing but a heartache. Tell me why ain't nothing but a mistake. Tell me why I never wanna hear you say I want it that way.
What the heck? What? What just happened? I didn't even see the message in the chat. The girl went crazy. The girl went crazy on us. Justin Bieber is the same as the Rings of Power. Justin Bieber, dude. Tell me why. Alright. The Falvin very questionable. Doesn't do too much when there is no follow-up. And the mill is going to be taken out anyway. So it's kind of wasted. Alright, beautiful. And also he was capturing this one, Mustafa. But it's gonna be eventually taken down by Eternal. Isengard mid-game is still very strong. When you have 10 power point, you can go for the Devastation, which, you know, gives you a great chunk of money, and then you can just use the money for Lurtz or Sharko right off the bat. I think Isengard is gonna be a very solid faction in this tournament too. Because for me, the only problem... For me, the only problem with the Isengard faction was the early game, because your Uruks were just too expensive for the current meta and you couldn't keep up with the spam at all. But now the Uruks got cheaper, the pikemen got cheaper, and when Isengard reaches the mid game, it's gonna be very strong faction anyway, right? With the Devastation, we have so much money, you can build 2-3 Uruk pits, and your early game buff will affect your entire game and might make Isengard to one of the strongest factions in the game. We have 2 of the Kingsmen level 1, level 2 for the Black Romanorians very soon. Again, very solid units. They got buffed like crazy in this current, you know, meta. They will easily take care of the pikemen and wildmen of Dunland. They don't even stand a chance. Can attack to sign tower with what? Really? I didn't know that. That you can attack the tower with the wildmen and steal money from it. Really? That's kind of busted if you can do that, man. Not gonna lie. Alright, so he's, you know, preparing for a big push. Black Numenorians are definitely needed. Definitely needed. The mill is going to be eventually taken down by the Weapon of Dunland. It's very low, it's a level 2 mill, which means minus 75 command points in the bank for Angmar. Isengard is taking over the game. 675 command points versus 475 command points. Mustafa is getting overwhelmed and crushed. Completely owned. Beautiful trample. Not actually, not beautiful. He was trampling into the pikeman and took so much damage. Frodo! The mill level 2 is going down. That's another minus 75 command points in the bank. And as this is happening, you know, Angmar is losing a lot. And look at the Weidman of Dunland. They are glowing, shining, bright like a diamond. Death! Burn their lands, as Saruman would like to say. You see the torches basically gives you the chance to hit like a truck. It has almost the same effect like a siege hammer from the Guardians. And he destroyed the level 2 Hall of the Kingsmen. He's demolishing everything now. He's gonna call it. And Mustafa, the player from Syria, has been defeated. That's a tournament which is not like luck-based, you know? We had so many different formats in the tournaments. We had like back and forth matchups, we had random mirrors, we had good against evil matchups. But I think this format is the best format when it comes to determine the true world champion of this game. We have the blue Isengard player Mustafa versus the red Angmar player Eternal. Eternal was playing Isengard, and remember, in the previous game he was going for the Weapon of Dunland spam. And let's see if Mustafa is going to do the same thing. And yeah, indeed he's opening with the Clan Steering, which is pretty good. And his opponent going for the early Hall of the Kingsmen. So the mill into the Hall of the Kingsmen opening without waiting for the second mill. Freedom as long as you don't try to be free. I mean, to be honest, some people they don't. Some people I don't want to say they don't deserve freedom, but I think they have like a different definition of freedom. I mean, I think the world still needs rules, because if you make everything free, some people will take it literally and they would make stuff that is just not cool to be made, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, if somebody want to gamble with their channel points on Twitch, that shouldn't be forbidden in any country. It's not like they are gambling with real money. It's a channel point system, and I just don't understand how a couple of countries can make restrictions in that matter, you know? Just let them, what the heck, man? It's virtual coins people gain for just watching the stream. Ooh, nice move from Eternal. I mean, to be honest, that's something we have seen a lot in this beta. And this, by the way, means you go for a snowbind and you freeze the enemy production building and kind of prevent him from recruiting any units for like 20 seconds, which can be a very long time in this game, especially in the early game, and give you the chance to deal economical damage like crazy. He will be able to destroy 2 out of 3 furnaces. Because the Wildmen, they cannot enter the battlefield. The snowbind actually kind of is significant. Later on, it will also be useful to protect your own buildings. And Warchan, you don't even need it when there is no enemy unit on the field. It's kind of crazy, man. And also the cooldown seems to be great too, because after the effect is gone, a quarter is already loaded. So you can use it in about a couple of minutes one more time. What a great move from Eternal. What a great move. And he will be able to win this fight too. Mustafa, in a very bad spot, lost 2 out of his furnaces, which is a lot in the beginning of the game. And this is so good, man. I'm really surprised. Kribane, but even with Kribane, it's a 2v1 situation. And this, you know, can be used now by Eternal to actually creep and keep pressuring all the time. Maybe second Hall of the Kingsman, maybe a Wolf Den could be nice. But for now, he keeps spamming Traummaster, Traummaster, Traummaster. I miss cooldown descriptions. Yeah, me too, man. It would be amazing to see Kribane last for this amount of time, and it has cooldown like this, you know, like this. I know it can. I mean, I don't know. DMAC made it for BFME 1, and it was kind of time consuming to make it for every single unit, PowerPoint, hero building, but it's definitely worth it. I don't want to miss it, you know. It's also easy to understand when you want to balance the game, because then instead of making something weaker or stronger, you can just make the duration a bit shorter, you can make the cooldown a bit longer. But I want to have the proper descriptions, you know what I mean? Proper descriptions are very underrated in this game, but I think it's very, very good for especially new players. Even me, I don't even know the cooldown from this ability, and I've been doing this for 4 years. Do you guys know the cooldown of this? Can you guys tell me exactly what the cooldown of Kribane is? You guys potentially can't. He is creeping this, that's good. 400 command points versus 450. What is the final reward of the WCS if we reach 500? I will eventually, I need to check once again from stream, from Twitch, from the subs and stuff. I think we have 200 something from the subs, 80 from the donations so far. We have like $300 so far, if I'm not mistaken. But hopefully we will reach 500. I mean, I think we should be reaching 500 in any case. But of course, the dream would be 1000, you know. Maybe, let's see. Because somebody was asking before in the stream that he has eventually a chance of sponsoring the WCS. That would be the dream. So if he can find a sponsor. I was so jealous, boys. I'm telling you. I'm normally not a jealous person, but I was so jealous at the Age of Empires, man. They are actually having Red Bull as their sponsor for a tournament for $30,000. $30,000 or $300,000. Either $30,000 or $300,000. But I'm telling you, if Red Bull would tell me, Shanks, you need to put the Red Bull banner on half of your screen like this. Like this is gonna be for Red Bull. For the entire tournament duration. And for that, you will get $2,000 for the cash prize. I would do it. Like imagine we have a screen like this and here only Red Bull logo. But if they would give us $2,000 for the sponsoring, I would do it, you know, I'm being honest. But we are so unlucky, dude. Why is EA Games so dumb? Why is EA Games I hate them still. Even after 10-12 years, they abandoned the games in 2010. I still hate them so much. Stupid guys. You destroyed our game. Stupid company. Isengard is pushing forward. I mean, Isengard is actually kind of countering Ingmar, I think. Very, very good. I would do it for $2, bro. Of course, I mean, I know we cannot compare Age of Empires with BFME, but trust me on that one. I think BFME is better game. I'm telling you guys, I think BFME is the better game. It's the better RTS game. 100%. But the famous games, the popular games are not there because they are better than other games, but it's about marketing and it's about the company behind these games. You know what I mean? That's the most important part. The marketing. And there is no marketing. There has never been marketing for BFME games. You know, nobody was ever trying to push the activity of these games working officially. I mean, imagine they abandoned the games in 2010. So just, I want you to understand, when they released BFME 1, it was 2004, okay? 2004, they released BFME 1 on the patch 1.00, which was the most unbalanced and disgusting thing in the world. Your Gandalf would be faster than Witch King, and you could one-shot. You could one-shot with the Easterlight, Witch King, Nazgûl, Aragorn, you could one-shot everything. It was so unbalanced, so they bring quickly to patch 1.01, 1.02. This was actually happening in the first couple of months. So after the release, they make the patch 1.01, 1.02. Then many years later, they make the final version, the 1.03 version. And then they abandon the games in 2010. So the last official patch of the BFME 1 was to patch 1.03.
It has been too long. Or not long enough.
Yeah, true. Sauron, what's up? Yeah, can you try to contact your opponent? If he's around, we can get your games after this one. I mean, totally, you are actually very optimistic. I like that one, but realistically speaking, they've abandoned the games in 2010. It's been over 12 years since then, and when they've done nothing for the games in 12 years, I don't expect them to do anything after 2022. I wouldn't expect anything to come regarding BFME, not from fans, not from actual companies. It's sad, but it's the truth, you know. And I'm so unlucky person, dude. I'm being generally honest. I'm the most unlucky gamer ever, man. Every single game I've been enjoying in my life got abandoned. Every single game. And I didn't play too many games. I like to play Warcraft 3 Frozen Throne, for example. I like to play Age of Mythology. And none of the games is popular games, you know. Nobody plays those games anymore. It's so disturbing. Isengard is dominating the game, by the way. That's very good. We have 525 command points for Isengard. Actually, Ingmar is still up in the command points department, but only by one single mil. That shouldn't be too game-changing. And also, he has... What is this? The whole ability, right? Yeah. And no, they don't have. I mean, the reason why they abandoned the game in the first place is because they didn't have the rights for it. Because they lost the rights for Lord of the Rings, and they couldn't keep promoting it anymore. Guys, can you imagine? Like, I want you to understand one thing. Please think logically for 1 single second. A couple of days ago on my YouTube channel, I made a video about BFME Reforged. Many people, since years, dropping in my stream and asking me, hey, what do you think about BFME Reforged? And at the first couple of years, I was very optimistic about it. I was like, yeah, let's go. You know, they make a new BFME game. I was so hyped. I was so happy. But then after each month, year, after seeing what they are doing, the activity and stuff like this, I've lost my hope and my faith in it. But when you think 1 single second clearly with your open mind, EA Games, a company we are talking about, not a couple of plebs. We don't even know which people are involved in BFME Reforged. We don't know how many people are involved in BFME Reforged, but we know they are not a company. That's a fan-made project, right? Even if it's, I don't even know if they are working on it. That's the other question, but that's not even the subject. EA Games had to abandon the games because of copyright issues. They didn't have the rights anymore. They couldn't make this game anymore. They couldn't. So EA Games, a company, a very well-known gaming company, when they can't afford to make a BFME game, do you guys really believe in BFME Reforged, man? Guys, are you delusional? Are you really out of your minds? And then I don't understand when people are going and donating them money. I know people who have been donating multiple times in 4 years. How can you be that delusional, man? I don't understand. It's sad, though. It's sad. Shomu, I will definitely do. Shomu, if you don't know, Age of Mythology will make a Age of Mythology Untold.
I will represent the men
of a new Age of Mythology game. It's gonna come up very, very soon. Dune, what's up, my friend? How are you doing? Good looking work here, new game. Yeah, I mean, But and that's the other thing, you know, everybody is so fascinated about the new textures. But you guys realizing that this is an RTS game we are talking about. That's gonna be the default zoom of the game. This is gonna be the default zoom. You will see the game from this point of view. And how many times you're gonna zoom in like that to see the details of the spearmen in their feet? Nobody cares about that. Nobody should care about that one. It should be a functional game and fix the lag, fix the delay, and have a server. That's all you need. Megulias, thanks for the follow. Fadidi, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Means a lot. Nice, Duni. Rogash, Troll King. Thank you. Thank you for the follow. Yeah, Duni, me and Stevie were talking about it, you know, because Stevie was also playing his games today, and I was taking a look into the tournament's bracket, and I was like, Stevie, you will eventually play against Dunedain later. And then he was like, Dune who? So I want to see this game. So I want to stream those games so badly. Dunedain against Stevie. Oh my goodness. Dunedain, guys, I'm being honest, is one of the best players ever of BFME 1. You will see his performance in the tournament. I will stream those games hopefully. And I can maybe even meet Dunedain late in the tournament. I will have to train to win 1 out of 5 games. He's a beast, dude. He's a beast in the 1v1 especially. But I like him. He's a cool dude. Hey, LB.
Represent the men of Gondor.
Snowman, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. I'm back. Welcome back, everyone. Son. If they make a new BFME game, it might be the wars like Warcraft 3, Reforged, but they won't make it. They won't make it because textures can't move. Pictures can't be played with, and that's all they are showing us. They are showing us the maze of Sauron. Nice. Thank you very much, my friend. I don't want to have a wallpaper, I want to have a game. The Warg Sentry Tower. Look at this defensive outpost situation. It's actually very good defense here too. The Warg Sentry is very underrated. It keeps spawning Wargs in a very short time. And you should be, able to protect this against Swordmen. Pikemen can destroy it, but Swordmen, they need ages. The mill is going to be taken down. Isengard is going to go for some Ballista. Yes, he's upgrading the Siege Wargs to level 2. It extends the most ideologies and have the very... Yeah, I know. For example, like I got like crazy fans DMing me in my Discord, even private messages about BFME Reforged. How can you say it's a scam? How can you say that? And I was like, how can you say that it's not a scam? What is a scam for you? Yeah, but they are not asking for donations. Yeah, they do ask for donations. They are asking for donations. And how can donations be a scam? Of course it can be a scam. When you say your money is going to be used for that, but it's not going to be used for it, then it's a scam. Okay, fire arrows on the tower. And the problem is, it's not about believing anymore, but they are fanboying the project out of no reason. But a normal, reasonable person would say, hey dude, I know game development is hard, but after 4 years, and look, I just want to talk about it one last time. They've been stating that they have over 50 people in the project, okay? Guys, listen to me 1 second, please, carefully. Because I don't want to talk about this after today. They've been saying multiple times that they have over 50 people in this project. They have been calling this project a passion project, a project which is made by fans, by true lovers of BFME. I don't want to even mention the fact that nobody knows these guys. Not in BFME 1, not in BFME 2, not in Rise of the Witch King. I've not seen any of them, and I've been doing this for many years, okay? But that's not even the point. My point is, if that's true, if you have 50 people working on the project, and when they are working 3 hours a week, when it's your passion, you should be able to work for it for 3 hours a week, okay? Imagine that, 50 people times 3 or 4, that's 150 to 200 hours a week of development. And in 4 years, calculate that. In a month, that's 800 hours. In a year, that's, I don't know, like 10,000 hours. With that much time, you would eventually have more to show than Shelob's picture. Okay, you would be able to show more in 4 years, which is a long time. 4 years is not 4 weeks. It's not 4 months. It's 4 years, you know? It's a long time. And when you are not a liar, when you are saying the truth, then you should have to show more than the picture of Albin warriors on a PNG file. The siege has begun. The level 3 mill is going to be targeted. Dinliyoruz kardeşim. Kaldrux, what's up? Age of the Noobs, what's up, my friends? Yeah, been quite active lately, though. I mean, just like when you think about this 1 second and be reasonable about it, you know, don't be a fanboy of me or BFME Reforged. You don't have to support either case. I think everybody has a brain. They can use the brain, they can use their eyes, and they can use their ears. Just judge what you have seen until now. Judge and ask yourself, did they show me enough of development within the last 4 years? Enough for me to support them with my money. I'm working hard for the money. Everybody is working hard for their money. Even $5 in some countries is a lot of cash. And I think it's shameless to ask for money when you don't deliver progress in content and still call it a passion project. When you are gonna ask for money, you end up trading money for time, and that's not passion anymore. You know what guys, I hope you understand my point of view. Because what you need money for, bro? What you need money for? Every program you are using is free to be used. Unreal Engine is free to be used. What you need money for? And when you need money for it, why you call it passion project? It's not passion anymore. You are literally working for money. That's gonna be actually league game situation. Mustafa went for the Field of Fires. He's gonna grow rich. 9 power points. He's like 16 away from his 25. The builder might be in trouble. The Black Numenorians are popping off. And they're also very tanky. You can see the trample doesn't really do much against them. Which can, you know, like you need to understand that the obvious countered swordmen are actually calf units. And when they can't deal with them, something is wrong. You know what I mean? Noble, what's up? Yeah, the Warg sentry has been taken down. Ingmar is pushing back. He's on the roll. He went for the frozen land, the Orc Warrior summon, and that gives him the chance with 15 to go for Freezing Rain, to go for the Blight, or to go for the Giants. It opens lots of opportunities, and Giants can be definitely more threatening against the fortress and eventually bring you to the point in which you can finish the enemy fortress. Which basically means GG. Again, Ingmar is also a very skilling faction. Later on, we might also get the chance to see some Dark Rangers. But for now, he's building the Temple of Twilight and will, you know, bring up some sorcerers into the gameplay. Units we don't get the chance to see very often. And also very strong, by the way, because when you get this to level 3, they will unlock the Corpse Ring. And this is like a small barrage. It is chunking and hitting like a truck too. And I'm telling you guys, after seeing those sorcerers for a couple of times, I think they're also very underrated in this game. Yes, they are kind of squishy, and the positioning in the micro is going to be very important to keep them effective and alive. But if you manage to do that, the amount of impact they can bring to the gameplay is kind of immense. Level 2, level 3 costs you 500, so it's definitely affordable. Isengard is pushing from the top side. That's a decent amount of strong army, war riders, a lot of them. Crossbow, pikemen, and remember the Ingmar has only Black Numenorians. He has not strong calf. It's a level 1 building only. He's going for level 3 now for the Dark Rangers. This mill is being chunked. Snowbind is available to save one of the mills in the worst case scenario. But you can see the Black Numenorians are not joking. And you know what is kind of crazy strong when you think about it? The crazy strong part is that you can get them to level 2 without fighting too, because you can just buy Venom from the same building like you recruit them from. Which is one of the major reasons why I think Ingmar is kind of very, very strong. There comes the Weapon of Dunland summon, but they can be trampled down from the Wolf Riders, no problemo. There comes the Fell Wind. Remember the Black Numenorians have the debuff too, so they make you deal 25% less damage and also reduce your armor by 25, which is a lot of debuff for a swordsman that has to be just close to you. And even though the Warg Riders are supposed to counter you, but they can't. They cannot deal with you, man. Because The second you want to trample, they all of a sudden deal 25% less damage to you, which makes you way more tanky in the situation. Wipemen are hitting quite hard. Again, +1, +1, +1 for every single damage they deal. I saw your video on unit ranking. I guess the perspective on those sorcerers changed. Yeah, I mean, my unit ranking, I was also mentioning it in the video, and also the hero ranking. I'm not saying only talking about the strength of the unit, but about the pick rate, you know? And people always misunderstand me, you know, they don't like me. Most people don't like me because of I have a strong opinion, I don't want to change my opinion. But when I'm saying Gandalf is weak, I'm not saying he might be strong after level 4 or 5. That's not my point. I'm saying that I've been doing this, what I'm doing here now, since 4 years. In 4 years, I've been casting tens of thousands games, hosting hundreds of tournaments between the best players of the game. And the pick rate of Gandalf, Aragorn, Thranduil was extremely low. I'm saying my opinion is based on fact of depending on 4 or 5 years. And when I say I see Thranduil 1 out of 10,000 games, then maybe something is wrong with him. Maybe you guys need to buff that hero so we get the chance to see him more often. That's my point of view. Of course, he might be strong when he's level 4. He might be strong when he's level 10. I'm not judging that. I'm not saying they are weak. I'm saying nobody recruits them, so something is wrong with them. Mill is going to be taken down. And he has the chance now to go for the Giants. So Giants and go. But he has the Lightning Strike. Ooh, this can counter the Giant Summon though. That's pretty nice. Hopefully he's not going to waste it. I think you can one-shot the Giants with that. I think so. Level 3, it's important to not lose it. Don't lose it. Power points are rising. 18 power points. Oh, but Mustafa has 23. Oh, he's really close to 25, boys. Really close to 25. And again, Isengard can go for the Dragon Summon. For the Summon Dragon, which is still one of the best, if not the best, 25 power point in the game. And Ingmar can't deal with that. There comes the Sorcerer action. They are able to freeze you with them black eyes. But the ice makes you invulnerable. So in the meantime, you can't be damaged, which makes sense because that would be kind of OP when you think about it, you know? The mill in the middle will be found. And if you don't demolish it in time, you will feed your opponent more power points. And he's gonna get stronger, 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 stronger. Alright, so the problem is Eternal has to go for the 15 first. So that's a 10, that's a 10. So he needs to go for a 15. He's so far away from the 25, unlike Mustafa, who is less than a half power point away from getting to 25. And look at the layout, boys. Even Dragon Strike could be so good because you can Dragon Strike from this spot and you can crush these 3 buildings in this Hall of the Kingsmen. He's gonna go for the Dragon. And this is gonna be creme de la creme because the splash damage is kind of nutty. Like the building you hit is not. You can't freeze this dragon, right? That would be. Imagine you could do that. Imagine you could do this. Oh, that would be busted as crazy, dude. Imagine you could black ice the dragon, and the time remaining goes down in the meantime. You see the damage. You see the area damage. You hit this building, but you instantly hit this building behind too. Oh, but they nerfed him, I think. Yeah, they nerfed him. You could normally two-shot that. I think he got nerfed also. Alright. I think all you gotta do is kill this mill and this mill. That's enough damage to eventually win the game. And Ingmar, I don't know what he's trying to do. He's gonna kill the production building. One more hit is required. Oh. Crossbowman. He's gonna transform. Yeah, in the last possible second. Oh, the damage is kind of crazy, dude. The Summon Dragon is kind of crazy, man. You know? But he can be killed, though. You can kill him, I think, with Ice Arrows, if I'm not mistaken. Can you finish this also? That's the question. The Snowbind is on cooldown. Can you one-shot it? Oh, that's kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. Okay, I mean, even though he was freezing his mill, the amount of damage he received is kind of crazy. Still crazy, man. That's because you cast 1v1, but yeah, that's the problem with VCNs. I know that I mean, for me personally, I mean, again, I'm not a 4v4 player myself, but I'm saying that a game shouldn't be based on 4v4s. Our competition is always about 1v1, because you can't make a game based on 4v4. It has so many different factors, matchup situations, synergy between factions. Like, you can't try to make it balanced for 4v4, because then you have 4 Mordors being weaker than 4 individual factions in one team. A 1v1 is the easiest way of balancing, in my personal opinion. Or 50 command points only for Isengard. He went for the Freezing Rain, by the way. Isengard has 11 power points. And Milan, thanks for the follow, appreciate it. Means a lot. I mean, that's the last stand of Ingmar. And Isengard, I told you guys, Isengard is very, very strong in the mid to late game. Once you get through this early rough game, in which your units are going to be expensive, but also not in this beta, then your mid-late game is going to be pretty decent. But I think Ingmar made, like, the sorcerers, yeah, I don't want to say they're weak, but I think you could invest your money in a much better way. And in this case, we are talking about Dark Rangers. So you combine your Dark Rangers, you have like pikemen to protect them, you can win every single skirmish. But sorcerers, they are very easy to be killed, you know? You can one-shot them. You have lords, after 25 minutes game, finally being recruited. What version is that? That's the version 2.02, version 9.0 beta. Yeah, but that's my point also, you know, I'm talking also about these heroes. And about the fact, again, that's not, I'm not assuming that I was able to spectate and see that for multiple years. The fact that heroes like Eomer, Lourdes, Haldir have much more impact until very late game in compared to heroes like Thranduil or, I don't know, like, think about Gandalf, Aragorn, those heroes, because for a very affordable price you get a hero that can shoot, that has a sword, that has leadership, pillage, and is less than 50% of the cost of the expensive heroes. Like, my personal opinion is a bit different. I think when you save up that much money for a hero, 3k, 4k, 5k, Drogoth, Witch King or whatever, then you should be rewarded instantly with it. You understand my point of view? Like, think about, you save up for a ring hero, 10,000. And when he comes on the field, you feel the differential in the gameplay. All of a sudden, it kinda goes around this hero. Krogorov, thanks for the follow and also for the first time subbing with the primers. Really means a lot. Thank you a lot, my friend.
Krogorov just subscribed. Welcome to Beyond Standards crew.
Thank you, my friend. Appreciate the support. Like, for me personally, the best thing about Battle for Middle-earth games are the power points from the spellbook and the heroes. And look, think about this game right now, how long this game is going for, and we have seen 0 heroes from Ingmar. Not a single hero. We have only seen Lords after 25 minutes. But why don't we see Sharku? Why don't we see Wormtongue? Because apparently unit spam is more rewarding than saving up for heroes. And when you are making a new patch, you can, you know, try to make a hero meta one single time, you know, just to see how it feels like, you know what I mean? Just to see. All of a sudden, it's more fun. I know it's about balance too, they want to make it more balanced, and it's an RTS game, they want to make it more about units.
How tragic. Build me an army worthy of Mordor.
I will represent the men of Gondor.
Thanks for the follow, appreciate it. Dingo, Congo, Bongo. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate it, really means a lot. Alright, I mean, look, this is creeped after like 25 minutes. And 21 power points in the bank for Isengard. And we have 23 for Eternal. So, 25 for Ingmar means the Wolf. I think the Wolf summon from Ingmar is actually the best summon in the game when it comes to take down the enemy fortress. It deals to the fortress way more damage than Dragon can, Balrog can. But it's not that effective against units, I believe. But he's fast though, I mean, he's sprinting. This Wolf is on steroids. He's running in light speed. I mean, Ingmar is kind of pushing back, but you know, remember the economy advantage is going to be quite effective in the game, and you will see also at the end game statistics the amount of money differential between Ingmar and Isengard. That's why I believe Voldor could be a nice hero for Eternal earlier. I mean, now it might be too late. It might be a little bit too late, but earlier, because you can get him easily to the level which is requirement for the pillage. So you can make money out of him, you know, all game long. Mustafa kind of struggling to find the finishing attack, to go for the final move to end this game once and for all. There comes the Felwind into the long shot, Bombo combo, and into the sorcerer action, poison, long shot, and all of a sudden you have an army of white. You see the Felwind is kind of crazy, dude. It's so funny to, the Felwind makes so much room for this Bombo combos. The dragon is more than halfway up again, and Eternal is getting very close to the 25. Again, 25. Look at the layout. Avalanche here on your face, the wolf, anything can be game breaking. What is Lord doing actually? Is he AFK? He has not been moving at all, man. Freezing rain couldn't be covered, I mean, by Mustafa. So the enemy units, I mean the Mustafa units in this case, are gonna be always weaker. It's perma, leadership, nullifier, and also great chunk of damage and armor will be reduced. But again, Isengard has no leadership now at this point. Lutz is only level 1, so it doesn't really matter. But the debuff is still pretty strong. So Angmar is clumping an army. Oh, Thunderbolt! Pikachu on your face. Nice. Nice, man. Look at this. Every time I see this, I'm thinking about Saruman. You're like, oh, no. You know, I don't know what he's exactly saying, but he was like on top of the Orphang, like, no. All of a sudden you see like bam, 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 lightning coming, but everything missing. Boom! There comes the big bad wolf. Oh, let the dogs out. Look at him. This guy is like crazy fast, man. Holy moly, dude. Eats him. You need to devour. That's very important on this character. This influences also your damage output with the Cold Pack. So when you use, you get 50% damage boost, which, oh, look at the Cold Pack now. Look at this. Do it. Are you attacking, dude? Just call the pack. Like this, in this area. Do it. Yeah. What? To be honest, I was expecting more damage. But I thought it's gonna one-shot this level 3, but he's so vulnerable against fire too, right? Dude, this guy's getting chunked by fire. He's gonna die, man. Eat. Devour. Oh, but it's okay. You can get him back to full HP just like that. Might be able to finish this off. Nah, maybe not. Let's see. He can, I think. He can, right? I think so. And it's a level 2 building too. He couldn't get it to level 3. So he needs to rebuild it and get it back to level 2 again. Yeah, he has still time to even use the Cold Pack one more time. But I think he cannot finish this, right? Oh, never mind. It depends on how many wolves are hitting the building. Okay, this one dealt way more damage. I take it back. Okay. 12 power points. But very soon Mustafa is going to be able to summon the dragon for the second time. Haldir, Arvin, Glorfindel, sometimes Legolas, rare equational Thranduil. I mean, yeah, like it's not a secret that some heroes are being rarely seen. With rarely, I mean like 1 to 5% out of the games, and some of them are being seen at least 1 out of 3 games. Like Voldor, for example, Eoma for man. Every faction is like one hero, is like a go-to hero, and we are talking about Lurtz, for example, for Isengard, Voldor for Ingmar, Haldir for elves. King Brain for dwarves, you know, this kind of heroes, the cheap heroes, because they are affordable and yet they have a good skilling too. Think about Haldir, for example. Look how much impact a Haldir can have in the gameplay. He has a golden arrow stun with level 8. Realistically speaking, it's not hard to level him up to level 8 too, because it's an archer hero. You can put him next to Lorien archers. You can passive level him up. So think about, that's my point, you know, think about how much value a Haldir can bring and put on the table with leadership, with stun, to something like not Glorfindel, Thranduil, you know. I know they are different heroes, but the one is way cheaper, has leadership, has global presence with the golden arrow. The other one is way more expensive to kill heroes, but also way more expensive. That's my point. Snow trolls are quite tanky though. What? Oh, Saruman knocks them on the ground. Look at them. They can't move. Alright, he's paying attention now. Saruman. This hero is good, by the way. I mean, look, now you can call me biased or you can call me crazy, but I believe this hero is so much more better than Gandalf is, especially because it's for Isengard, and you get devastation from your spellbook. You use devastation, you get insta money. So getting to 3k with this faction is so much easier than getting to 3k with man faction. And level 1 is kind of struggling point, but level 2 is massive. This, I would prefer this every day of the week over Lightning Sword. Every day of the week I would take the Fireball over Lightning Sword. It gives you the chance to level up from a safety distance, you know? And this chunks also, this deals hella damage. 825 command, look at the money from Isengard. What is he trying to do, man? Go for upgrades or something. Go for Uruk Deathbringers maybe. Maybe make more, 2-3 Uruk pits. You have so much money, just do whatever. 16 power points even for the industry. Level 3, does he have Snowbind? No, it's on cooldown. Level 3 is gonna be taken down, very unfortunate, but it is how it is. Jonas, what's up? Saruman has a higher impact on Isengard and Gandalf has on Men of the West faction. Yeah, definitely. I mean, after level 4 or 5, maybe not, you know? But definitely, I mean, this hero is not bad at all. Like, even in late game, this level 10 is not way worse than the War of Power. Trust me, that one. Like, this gives you army when you can steal them permanently. Which can be, in some situations, even better than killing the enemy army with the War of Power. You know what I mean? This is by far, this is not worse than War of Power, guys. Trust me, that one. This is also not worse than Easterly Light. Thunderbolt. Gives you more AoE impact, you know, and more crash range. Again, this champion, this character, this hero is more ranged with his abilities than Gandalf is. And way faster than Gandalf too on foot. Oh, we have Karsh. Grants, oh, look, we don't see the new image, but they actually added the Will of the Undead. So, I'm using the HD edition, for that reason we cannot see the new image, but he now, I mean, he had the fear resistance also in the version 8.5, but there was no image for it. Now in the version 9.0 they added the image, so people now know when the fear resistance is going to be active, and I like that one. That's pretty nice. The mill is going to be taken down, very close to level 2, 18 power points in the bank for Engmar, and the Isengard has 23 power points in the bank. But this game is not over yet, it turned to a clown fiesta. Lourdes is still level 1, don't ask me how and don't ask me why. Why are they not dealing damage to the lumber mills? The snow trolls, they don't seem to deal damage to the lumber mills at all. Level 2 has the Carnage now. Oh, the Blight. Saruman is running for his life, but is he fast enough? Yeah, he's fast. Look how fast he is. I mean, he palantired him also, but he's sprinting. This guy's on old man. He palantired him, by the way, right? Yeah. That basically means 15% more movement speed for a short duration. The map is kind of divided in two pieces, 50-50. Can Saruman steal the Black Knights from Mordor? I think so. I'm not sure though.
Ingmar must prevail.
I'm not sure if there is a limitation in the units you can steal. But I think you can steal everything beside heroes. And as the Black Riders are not heroes, and technically you should be able to do that, yeah. Not certain though, don't, you know. Don't bet your money on that one. The Warg Sentry, extroverts with Forged Blades, no heavy armor. Armory is level 3, heavy armor not purchased yet. Isengard should have actually no money problems. He has Devastation, Industry and this, 3 power points. And with Lourdes you can even get Pillage later on. So you have 4 tools to grow rich. Even though trees, they can kind of fall off. In late game you have, you know, almost no trees around anymore. As you can see, there are not many trees alive. They got all harvested. But Industry can always work, and the Pillage can always work as well. The mill, level 2, is going to be found and taken down. Again, super close to level 2. Fireball, very impactful. Very, very strong. 850 command points for both the players. Snowbind is on cooldown, but the Frozen Land is available. And we have a lot of Black Numenorians up on the field. I think they are tanky enough to withstand the Visa Blast, so they don't get one-shotted from it. Imagine you give them also the Iron Mill. They will become so tanky. Okay, there comes the War Chant. Isengard also used the Freezing Rain. You can see the debuff on them. Oh, Palantir. Lourdes. There comes the Frozen Land. Do it. He's gonna do it. Boom. Oh, he killed them actually, one-shotted them. He got, look how much experience he got. Like, he got like 2 full levels out of that. Karsh has the fear resistant, but doesn't really matter. This faction has no fear. And we have also Uruk Deathbringers against the Black Numenorians. Black Numenorians might be strong, but they are no match for the the white Uruk Deathbringers. But Karsh is taking care of them like a madman. this unit is about damage output. And also new image for the stone wall. Again, I'm using the HD edition. Doesn't work for me. Karsh is being chunked. He has also the blink, the teleport ability available. Isengard is taking over the map definitely. And Angmar has 14 power points in the bank. I think what Angmar has to try to do is go for the base, go for the fortress. But I think it's a little bit risky because again, the Isengard has the Wizard Tower. So base... Oh! Boom booms! Fireball them! Dude, a new power is Isengasm Mario in the chat. Isengasm! Isengasm! Oh, he killing this dude. Stop it! Dude! No! Stupid Karsh! There is the one time we would get the chance to fireball him now. Fire him! Fire him, Saruman! Revenge him! He's trying hard with the explosive mines. Fireball! Dude! It drives me crazy, man. Blast them. Alright. He's gonna die though. The Karsh. Karsh is the most annoying thing ever, man. Most annoying thing ever. Are there more mines coming anytime soon? No. Oh, what was so cool, man. But he avoided it. Ingmar is building a tower. The mill is protected. In the best possible way. And in this late game situations, you have like this fiesta things, you know? Oh, he did with the mines, dude. I mean, Karsh did what Legolas couldn't. Karsh legit did what Legolas couldn't in the films. Aragorn was screaming, kill him, you know? And Legolas couldn't. Alright, so the mill is gonna be frozen. The fortress can't be frozen at this point. Extroverts spam with the forge blades and heavy armor on them. So they have to make them more tanky and deal more damage. Extroverts, unlike archers, are also dealing way more damage to the buildings. The builder is going to be saved. I want to see the boom booms, the fire, the explosive mines. Oh, nice freeze. Beautiful, but again, they can get trampled down in a second. Karsh actually kind of strong, man. Also one of the more underrated heroes. Oh, uh-oh. Do it. Saruman, do it, Saruman. Boom. Boom. What? It doesn't even one-shot it. Okay, but it chunked it a lot, actually. I think Lourdes died, right? He killed his own Lourdes, I think. Lourdes was just too close to the boom, and then he got boomed himself. It's so close to be destroyed. Again, Snowbind is on cooldown. But actually dealt great amount of damage to one explosive mine. Imagine if like 2 of them, you can insta one-shot it. He's gonna bring more explosive mines now. But Eternal is not gonna allow us to watch the fortress getting destroyed and blown up.